you see things like that. You hear from candidates, and you never really get anything concrete sometimes. Isn't that one of the reasons why a lot of people don't even bother voting? Because they're like, okay, they look at the pool of candidates, they're like, nobody here really interests me, so why do I bother?
Well, basically, I had this issue when I was in youth service. Actually, I was selected for a boot camp by Red Media and the Ford Foundation, and we underwent a 1-week intensive training boot camp, basically grassroots civic engagement. And I saw something. There was a problem, and it's called a lack of political education. We're able to teach children science and math, very archaic methods, but we can't teach our children civic engagement, political education. These are the factors on which you must vote your people in. You don't vote someone because the person is from your state or from your country, or the person is Christian or a Muslim or a Babalawo or whatever. Those are not the factors that make up a president. So apart from having political education, there needs to be some accountability. It's not enough to vote and say, okay, I've done my duty. You need, it's an intensive, long-term process. So it was a really interesting journey, because during NYC, so I basically went from school to school. I founded an initiative called NU Speaks. Basically went from school to school teaching SS3 students, those that would be old enough by this time to vote. And it was interesting because you teach them about tribalism, and then the stories you hear about from them, about how they are treated, and it's amazing in this country. They don't understand leadership. Corruption seems normal to them. Meanwhile, you have to tell them corruption isn't normal. Yes, it might be part of our culture right now, but it is not normal. Because it exists doesn't mean it is normal. And these are things we need to start teaching them, political education, so that when they get there, they see their vote, they see their PVC not as something that you can use as a means of identification. No, it's just a side benefit. It's to ensure your living standard for the next... Exactly.
A lot of voters, a lot of people who have voted over the years, most of them, like she said, have sort of their preset sort of conceptions of how they want their candidates. Oh, he's my uncle, I'm going to vote for him, or he's my cousin, or he's from my village, like she said, or his wife is fine. People have whatever criteria they have. But for a first-time voter now, still going back to what you said now, I've never voted in my life, and I'm trying to make a decision, and nobody seems exciting. Is it a good thing to settle for like the lesser evil? Because people say, I'd rather not vote anyone at all because there are two evils. Maybe one might be a lesser evil, but should I just go for the lesser evil or just stay away?
I mean, it doesn't make sense absolutely to stay away because you're not part of the process. But then I think my own advice would be, you still have to go for the lesser evil. In the past, even talking about the presidential elections in the country, there were times when there were no ideal candidates, but we were like, this person has to go because you had a job and you failed at it. You have to go. The lesser evil that is coming around, we're going to take our chances. If this person doesn't do well as well, you're going to leave in 4 years. All right. So for example, I don't care if you are Muslim or if you're Christian or if you're traditionalist or you're from the north or from the south. Can you do the job? Can you get the job done? There has to be a metrics-driven approach to governance in Nigeria. So if you're given a tax or if you win a position in politics, there has to be some KPIs that would give to you. But it seems like people go into government and then they know that, oh, I'm not going to be held accountable. No matter if I perform badly, for 8 years I can come back and then share money some days before the election and still get re-elected again. That shouldn't be the case. So I don't care if whatever tribe you are or where you're from in the country, if you can get your job done, you're all right by me.
Yes.
You agree?
Yes.
Anything you want to add to that?
No, but basically, like I said, political education is very important. I understand the power of there's like emotional marketing, like a candidate like Barack Obama. He's yes, we can, but to be honest, I'm very pragmatic when it comes to politics. I'm going to look at your track record. I'm going to look at what you've done. I'm going to look at what you're capable of doing. I don't care where you're from. I don't care who you are, but can you get the job done? And the only way we can analyze you properly is basically looking back at your past records. I'm not interested, because sometimes that's even part of the problem with the whole political environment in itself. Because there's something that Nigerians and young people especially don't understand. I tell people that look at it, it's like entrepreneurship. Basically, it's just like almost like capitalism. The political parties and the political candidates cannot tell you what is good for you. You're supposed to be the one telling them what we want. We want a credible leader. We want someone who has integrity. We want someone who has capacity. We want someone who can be responsible. And they will have to attune whoever they are producing in their parties to service what we are demanding for, and then we'll vote. They shouldn't be able to define the political landscape by tribalism, and they are basically playing on a lot of nonsense criteria for producing candidates. It's not supposed to be. We're supposed to put out our demand, and you're supposed to supply us the candidates.
How
That's
realistic is this, though, for, like, say, 2019? This is like a very long-term fight.
It's a long-term fight. So I believe we're running a marathon. We might not get all the results we want in the next 100 meters, in the next 200 meters, but then we're on the process. Now, when she mentioned the fact that, we have to look at the track record of candidates, it even comes to the fact that these parties have to have an ideology. So what are you focused on? What are the key areas of the economy that you guys are creating, that you have competency in, and you're trying to drive change from that basis. But at the moment, with the recent happenings in the political scene over the last 6 months, we see that these people are the same. The cross-carpeting from each political party to suit their own individual needs and individual ambition. So it might not change now, but this is something that everybody has to have in mind, and we have to keep holding them accountable and asking for the right people.
Thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you very much.
Good luck with your elections. Thank you. In 2019, hopefully we all do the right thing and vote.
Yeah.